going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, hey, we have the third ODI here to review between India and England. And India, well, they take the third ODI, they take the series, the decider, 2-1. I mean, they definitely played the better cricket. They looked the better cricket side for all three games, and a truly deserved series win here in India, and some pretty special performances, you know, for these last couple games as well. It's been simply a really good series of cricket. Whether you're an England fan, whether you're an Indian fan, whether you're me and you just like watching cricket and England lose, it's always a good day to review an England loss. Wow, okay, here we go. Where do we start? Well, actually, let's start with, if you guys are new, subscribe. You like cricket, subscribe. You want to keep up to date with all the world cricket news? Just subscribe. We're going to go straight into it. Player of the series was the man Hardik Pandya. He was beautiful with the ball. He was beautiful with the bat. Well deserved. Player of the match was none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, the special talent, Rishabh Pant. 125 not out off 113 deliveries. He also finished the game off with a reverse sweep 4 to win the game. So, I mean, that is Rishabh Pant in a nutshell. We've really never seen anything like this in a cricketer. I mean, we've seen people like Chris Gayle, Brendan McCullum. That's who he reminds me of. You know, left-hander, will be able to just stand there and smack it sort of thing. But, you know, we were never seeing people like, you know, Chris Gayle, McCullum, you know, play reverse sweeps or, you know, little paddle shots behind their heads or, you know, all of these creativity shots, which is obviously a new generation of cricket. But Rishabh Pant, he's just Brendan McCullum, but on steroids. Like, that's what it reminds me of every time I watch him bat. Look, different batting styles. A little bit of batting different styles, but gee, he's special, isn't he? I mean, there's nothing else really more to say for the man Rishabh Pant. Let's just get into the scorecard, because England, well, they were sent in to bat first, which I thought was a bit weird. When Rohit Sharma won the toss, I definitely thought he was going to bat first. But then again, he just wanted to stay the safe approach. You know, it doesn't matter what form of cricket you are, well, especially if it's white ball cricket. Bowling first is always a little bit of an advantage. It doesn't really matter what the pitch is doing, because when you know how much you have to chase, you get to set up, you get to plan, you get to think about it all. You get to really put a big, deep plan in place. When if you're batting first, you just have to go out there and try not to get all bowled out for 100, essentially. So, look, England did pretty well, actually. 259, I thought was I was going to say a good total, but a decent total. I think anything closer to 300 would have been a really competitive total. But this is where England's at, in my opinion. You know, England aren't the best team in the world in any format. They're not, you know, a destructive... Like, they're either go big or go home. That's what England remind me of. You know, they've got these big strikers in their team who can do a lot of damage. But every time I see this England team, especially in white ball cricket, I'm not scared at all, to be really honest. So, I know that might sound silly to say when you've got Johnny Bairstow, Jason Roy, Butler, Livingston, Moeen Ali, Ben Stokes. Like, all of those guys are some very quality strikers of the ball. But I don't know. I'm just not worried about England anymore. Maybe that's a bad thing to do, but I really am not. Johnny Bairstow, he went for a duck. Joe Root went for a duck. You know, without Bumrah, they were always going to be up against it, India, with the ball in hand. They did exceptionally well. And that man, Mohammad Siraj, who came in as a replacement, of course, is not the greatest white ball bowler of all time. In fact, he's quite expensive in white ball cricket, but he bowled really well. Came out with, like, just blowing smoke out of his nose from the first ball he bowled. He was bowling steam, but he looked like he had a plan with the ball. And that's something we don't see from Siraj, is sometimes he just goes out there in white ball cricket and tries to just bowl as fast and as short as he can and just try and, you know, hopefully the ball goes up in the air and he gets a few wickets from a few catches. But this, it looked like he had a plan to these top order batsmen, which... Well, he got 2 wickets. He got 2 of their most important wickets as well. So, yeah, bowled really well. Deserves a lot of credit. does the man Siraj. Hashtag FBen Stokes. He went out for 27 off 29. Caught and bowled by the man Hardik Pandya. You'll have to see that. Joe's Butler. Well, obviously, he's their best batsman. 60 off 80. 3 fours, 2 sixes. A strike rate of 75. He just couldn't get going at all. It was really, really solid bowling from the Indians. And look, Butler, as good as he is, he's just not someone that, like, he just didn't get a partnership. I think that's as much as you can say to it, you know. There's just no one who built a big enough partnership around him. He had Moeen, like, he had all these guys around him who just couldn't keep going on. So, I mean, England were in a position where they could have looked at 320. But, unfortunately, you don't build partnerships, you can't build big totals. I mean, it's quite obvious stuff, isn't it? All right, into the Indian bowlers, though. This is where the damage was done. Mohammad Shami, none for 38 off 7. He was really, really good. You know, his first few overs were a little bit expensive, but he came back and he toiled and toiled away at the end. So well done to the man Shami. See, now that's another one. You know, between Mohammad Shami and Mohammad Siraj, like, if the ODI World Cup was being played tomorrow in England, let's say, obviously it's played in India next year, but if it was played in England this year, I wonder who the selectors would pick. Mohammad Shami, Siraj, like, you've even got a guy like Krishna in there. Obviously, Bumrah comes right back in, but if he was not available for a World Cup final, I wonder who India would pick. I mean, look, Shami, he was pretty good for his last few overs, but I feel like Siraj is just more capable of taking wickets, I feel like he just takes more wickets. Even though he's expensive, he still takes wickets no matter what. And he did that here, 2 for 66 off 9. Look, a little bit expensive, but you take 2 wickets, you take the 2 big wickets. That's fine with me, and I'm sure that's fine with every Indian fan. Prasidh Krishna, none for 48 off 9. Look, didn't get a wicket, but I was still pretty impressed with what he's done. And this is just beautiful, valuable experience for the man Krishna. Like, this is just huge experience that he is getting right now. And I love this from the selectors of India. I wish George Bailey had the testicles on him to make a big call like this and include a young paceman like a Prasidh Krishna of India. An example for Australia. Like, pick a guy like Nathan Ellis, or, I mean, he does get picked a little bit, but just anyone, just something a bit different. Didn't take a wicket, did Krishna, but he's been impressive ever since getting his debut for India. So, yeah, I just love what Krishna brings, and I love the selectors for including him and not just, playing him for one game and then sitting him on the bench for the next 5 years. Because that's what Australian selectors do. So I do like to see that the man is in there. Hardik Pandya, he was fantastic. 4 for 24. 3 maiden overs off just 7 overs bowled. He is incredible. He's doing it with the ball, the bat, in the field. If you're picking a guy to play all right, here we go. This is a big one for everyone. I want everyone to answer this in the comments right now. If you were picking a T20 World Cup team tomorrow, it was to decide the fate of the earth. Everyone you love is on the line. You can pick one guy to start your team. Who are you picking? I mean, gee whiz. It's hard to go past someone like Hardik Pandya, who is doing it with bat, ball, and field. There's not many guys who are doing it. Like, you think of someone like Jadeja, another obviously amazing all-rounder, who ended up taking about 3 catches, by the way. He took the catch of Moeen. He took another catch. I swear he did. Did he not? Jadeja. Yeah, there we go. So he caught off Livingston as well. He took 2 beautiful catches. I mean, honestly, if I'm picking that team, I'm looking at Hardik Pandya as my first pick guy. To be honest, right now, if I had to pick a team and one guy, I had the first pick, I'm probably taking Pandya. In England, Australian conditions, Indian conditions, any conditions in the world, I'm taking Hardik Pandya right now. Like, he's been so good. Yuzik Chahal, I mean, how about this? He doesn't even get spoken about. It's not even a spin-friendly pitch, and he managed to take 3 for 60 off 9.5. That's my king right there, and that is That's the beast mode right there. And that's what I love about Chahal. He can get it done in any conditions. Jadeja as well took himself a pole, 1 for 21 off 4. So, hey, 259 set by the Pommies. Look, I didn't think it was going to be enough. I don't think anyone really thought it was going to be enough. But early wickets was always going to be the key for England. They got some pretty early wickets. I was a little bit worried pretty early on. I thought, oh, fuck, here we go again. Reece Topley decides that he is prime Brett Lee today. Like, with all due respect to the man Reece Topley, when did he become prime Brett Lee / prime Shoaib Akhtar? Like, what? Like, I'm sorry, but 2 ODIs. In the first ODI game of this series, I watched the man Reece Topley bowl, and I thought, gee whiz, I don't think he's going to get another game ever again for England. He got the next game, he took 6 wickets, and then here tonight, he took another 3. So, come on, guys. We can't be making players like Reece Topley, look good. I'm sorry, we just can't be... You know what? That's maybe unfair from me. He bowled really well last game. He actually bowled exceptionally well this game. You know what? Let's bring a bit of positivity. Well done, Reece Topley. Well done. Well done. That's all you're getting. Rishabh Pant, though, let's not move on so quick. Rohit Sharma, the skipper. 17 off 17. Started really well. 4 fours. Couldn't go on. Shikhar Dhawan. A thick edge straight to Jason Roy. Saw him go for 1. Virat Kohli, he hit 3 fours to start off his game as well. I'm thinking, yeah, here we go. Here we go, Virat. You're chasing down a comfortable total. You don't have to stress out about this total. You just go out there, play your natural game, get the win, and get 100 under your name. Even before the game started, I tweeted something about Virat making 100. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I don't know. I just had this feeling it was going to happen. All of the talk, all of the recent stuff that's been happening with Virat, I just thought he's going to go against all the odds here and just put on a big 100. Didn't work out, but you know what? I did have a good feeling there for 22 deliveries. Rishabh Pant, this is what I want to talk about, though. The man himself, the king, the beast mode, He's pretty good, isn't he? He's pretty good. 125 not out of 113 deliveries. 16 fours. That's a lot. And 2 sixes. Only hit 2 sixes. Yeah, this is why he is the most dangerous, current striker in the world of a white ball. I mean, Rohit Sharma's the hitman. AB de Villiers, if he was still playing. I'm trying to think. Liam Livingston can hit a long ball, obviously, but just speaking of pure striking, I don't even know what to say. What would you categorize Rishabh Pant as a cricketer? Sometimes I watch him play and I think, this guy, what are you doing? Seriously, Rishabh, why are you trying to do this? And then he does this, and you just think, is this the greatest cricketer we've seen in the last 2 years? What is going on? I mean, for someone who is the age of, 24, 25... 24 still. He's still 24. Wow. And this is why he's the number one, favourite and rated player in Australia by Australian fans. This is who scares us the most, Rishabh Pant. Anytime I'm speaking cricket to anyone in Australia and we speak about India beating us or India cricket, anything, Rishabh Pant is always the first name that is brought up, and it's always, how do we get this guy out? And this is why he is such a freaking problem when you're bowling to him. Doesn't matter if it's Test cricket, doesn't matter if it's T20, doesn't matter if it's ODI, doesn't matter if it's local gully cricket. You just have to get him out. If you don't get him out, you're gonna lose. It gets as simple as that. And England found out. They didn't get him out. They lost. It's as simple as that. Suryakumar Yadav gone for 16. Hardik Pandya, I mean, he had to stay out there and build a good, big, strong partnership with the man Rishabh. Did exactly that. 71 off 55. 10 fours he hit as well. Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why I would pick him as my first picked guy in the world right now. You can bat him at 7, or you can bat him at top 3. You can bat him at 4, 5, 6, 7. Put him wherever. Put him in the field wherever you want. put him in the bowling order wherever you want. He does it all, the man Pandya. So we love that for him. Jadeja not out for 7. And the game was done. So, hey, England lose. India win the series 2-1. The English bowlers, no one really cares. So let's move on from that. All right, let's have a look what is up next for both nations. Of course, India is going to be playing... Yep, here we go. Some ODI cricket against the Windies, which starts 24th of July. That is, or 22nd, sorry. So that is 4 or 5 days away, I think, if I can do my math right. Which will be a great series, actually. I mean, they're going to play 3 ODIs and then 5 T20s, which is going to be really good. So I hope we get to see, just a bit of spice there. A bit of, anytime the Windies play cricket against anyone, I want to watch. So the fact it's against India makes me want to watch it even more. And now, what is next for England? I don't really care, but what is next for them? ODI, damn! So they play some more cricket very quickly. They play an ODI tomorrow against the Proteas. They play 3 ODIs and then they'll play 3 T20s. And then they'll play 3 test matches. Wow. Okay. And then the World Cup. Woohoo! Oh, wait, no, that's not the World Cup. That is just 3 regular T20s. Okay, that's cool. Hey, shout out to India. They get a great win. Rishabh Pant, that's my father. I love him. Hardik Pandya, you're pretty good as well. Hey, shout out to India. Let me know your thoughts on the game. And I'll see everyone in the next one.